The Ottoman eunuchs from slaves to kingmakers. The Ottomans were adept at managing the various slave systems. The Ottomans were eager to promote the Janissaries because they were one of the best military classes and a major advocate of slavery. When they were between the ages of 7 and 14, the state used to tax them in order to recruit and prepare them for professional soldiering in the majority of non-Muslim families in Europe. Janissaries were young men, boys, homeless, orphans, and Christian captives who were adopted and benefited by the Ottoman Empire. They were raised on Islamic religious foundations, believing the Sultan was their master. The Janissaries were fed by the Devshirme boys' tax, where 1/5 of children from occupied cities were included in the Ottoman army without Islamic legitimacy. The Ottoman Empire committed immoral acts, including enslaving people and depriving children of basic rights, including protection from their parents. The Janissary army considered these children captives of wars with Byzantine and Eastern Christian kingdoms. This led to the Devshirme tax, a periodic tax collected from Eastern European Christians. The tax is a crime against humanity and a reminder of the black history of the Ottomans who claimed Islam. Prophet Muhammad denounced a companion story of a bird, highlighting the right of affection and assembly. This raises questions about the dignity and freedom of the person Allah created, who should not accept oppression or submissiveness. The Ottoman Empire adopted a system of castration against the Aghas, chiefs of servants, in the Sultan's palaces, despite Islamic Sharia's prohibition of castration. This illegal practice contradicted Islamic Sharia, as Prophet Muhammad stated there is no castration in Islam. The concept of castration in Ottoman society was a pernicious one, involving enslavement and oppression. If castration was the only crime, it would have been enough to convict the Ottomans of human rights violations and enslavement. The Ottomans ruled by conspiracy, brutality, and enslavement, with women being their primary targets. Their view of men and women reveals their complex internal issues. Castration was applied as a punishment to the Janissary soldiers, who deviated from military discipline, so if the abusive acts of the Janissary were repeated, they would be punished by law, and the eunuch judgment would be enforced. The chief of the Janissaries was the one who orders this punishment, and it is a great and cruel punishment because whoever suffers this punishment will lose his manhood, which qualifies him to work inside the harem palaces. In the Ottoman Dark Ages, the feminist environment was filled with intrigue, with eunuchs living in royal harem palaces. These women were of great importance and practiced the hidden role of Ottoman politics. The conflict between the harems intensified the authoritarian atmosphere, leading to strange stories and plots within the palaces. The walls of these palaces could tell horrors and dreadful stories. The eunuchs were ridiculed and had their freedom and dignity taken away from them while living in harem palaces. They were devoid of the natural impulse that Allah had endowed them with. Castration denied them the opportunity to experience actual fatherhood and the ability to have their own children to support them in old life.